What is up, guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. And what do we have here? We have a quick little video where I'm talking about one thing only, and that is Battlefield 4 Dragon's Teeth. Yes sir, as you guys know, the DLC has been released for the past few days now, and I've been playing it a ton, I mean a bunch. I've been doing nothing but playing Battlefield 4 Dragon's Teeth DLC, and I've been having a lot of fun, really. I mean, I can't say that about Battlefield 4 in general. The vanilla maps and whatnot are really bad, especially when people exploit it and whatnot. And the game in general is broken still, as we know, even though they're fixing it with CTE and the kind of patches that they're going to bring in the future, which is nice to see. However, this DLC on its own as a separate entity is probably a godsend for Battlefield 4. Thank God they worked on this DLC for so long and it got delayed and delayed and delayed because it was worth the wait. That's probably the one thing I can say as like a silver lining behind the grey clouds and whatnot. It's worth the wait because Battlefield 4 was in such a bad state that the game was literally unplayable, and now it's kind of better and the DLC makes it fun again. So it's kind of like week 1 or month 1 of the game, you know, you're super excited to play it, it's all fun and new, and it's kind of crazy, and I kind of got that feeling again from this DLC. And like I said in my previous video, it had the fun factor of Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I miss that so much because that's probably one of my favorite games in the whole Battlefield franchise, and I'm so glad they did this. So if you're thinking about getting it, definitely buy it. I would highly recommend this DLC. I wouldn't recommend the other DLC, so if you haven't bought Premium, don't buy Premium at this stage. Do not buy it. It's not going to be worth the money. You're going to just throw your money out the window or throw it down the drain, and it's going to be a waste. However, if you bought Battlefield 4 just the game, just the standard normal edition, and you're looking to make the game fun again, buy this DLC on its own as a separate entity, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can buy it at a cheaper price and save some money while having fun. However, some people wanted me to go into detail with the weapons and whatnot. Now, like I said previously, the Bulldog is a very nice weapon. However, it just doesn't fit in with my playstyle. I rush around and I run around too much for me to be able to use this gun, because this is the kind of weapon where you would control an area. That's the kind of weapon you want, because it has a high rate of fire, it has high damage, and it's got a good range to it, so you can keep people at a distance. You kind of push them back and protect your area. And because it drops people so fast, you don't want to rush. Because it drops people so fast, they won't rush you and they'll kind of keep their distance as well. However, the bad thing about that is they will flank you, and when people flank you, you find yourself in a close quarter situation. Now again, because it has a high rate of fire and a high damage, it can do well, and it does do well in close quarter situations. However, imagine this: you have 20 rounds in the magazine, or 21 if you've got one in the chamber, and you run into one guy, you drop him, you got half the magazine left because it's got high rate of fire, remember? And then you run into a second guy before you can reload, and you drop him too. Now your magazine is completely empty, and you run into a third guy. What are you gonna do? Pull out your pistol? What if he has a Bulldog? Before you can even get your secondary out and ready to fire, he would have already dropped you. So there's no point, in my opinion. And for me personally, because I always run around and I don't want to encounter those situations and find myself in that kind of situation, I will not be using this weapon that much. I mean, I'm going to be using it quite a bit for the first week, maybe 2 weeks, just to get a feel for the gun, but in the long run or whatever, it's not going to be a staple diet on my assault class. But it is a nice weapon, and it's a unique concept, and it's a unique idea, and it looks great, and it feels different, and I like it a lot in that sense. But I won't be using it too much because it doesn't fit my playstyle. The sniper rifle. I mean, the CS5 Sniper Rifle is a very nice sniper rifle. It doesn't have as much range as I want it to for some reason. The bullet drop-off is very high. I mean, I dislike how much the bullet drops because it's just too insane. However, apart from that, it is a nice looking and working sniper rifle. And all the other weapons are absolutely amazing. I have got nothing bad to say about them. Maybe the only point I would raise about the DEagle is that it's very inaccurate for some reason. I guess that's kind of naturally how the weapon is in real life or whatever, I wouldn't know. However, in the game, it's very inaccurate, whereas its counterpart, the Unica 6, is extremely accurate. I mean, far too accurate in my opinion, because it's kind of like the Magnum 44, but on steroids, you know, because it's got the same one-hit headshot kill thing going on, so it makes it a really powerful and unique weapon, and it hasn't got a trigger delay either, and it feels really good. I mean, a lot of people on the servers that I was playing with said that the DEagle is OP, and I would say it is. I mean, I don't know why they made the DEagle 9 rounds. Last time I checked, I thought the DEagle had 6, maybe 7 rounds in it. Maybe that was wrong, I'm not sure. However, if they reduce the magazine capacity, then the DEagle would be okay in my eyes. If they make it a 7-round magazine, then I think that would be okay, because when compared to the Unica or any other sidearm or pistol for that matter, the DEagle is way too OP. That is kind of true. It's got high power and has got a pretty high magazine count for the amount of damage that it can do per round. If you kind of do the statistics, it's quite OP. However, if they reduce the magazine capacity from 9 to about 7, I think that's going to be pretty good. And finally, the SIG MPX. I have nothing bad to say about this gun. It is absolute perfection. It is the best SMG in the entire game. Try it out if you haven't done so. The hip fire is excellent. The damage is pretty good. The range is pretty good. The accuracy, again, is excellent. It's absolutely insane. And it just feels wonderful. And the reload isn't too long. Even on an empty magazine, if you run out of bullets completely, the reload is very fast and you can get back into the fight very quickly. But those are my views and opinions on the weapons. Let me know what you you think, and let me know in the comment section below which guns do you like or dislike and which one will you use the most. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you guys in the next video. It's Sniper 474, and I'm out.